Hi Jesper, congratulations. A 4-0 record to begin the MLS season. What did you make of the performance today, especially after only a very short break coming from Mexico?
Yes, I think it was quite impressive that we were able to perform at this level. I could see in the end that obviously we looked a little bit tired, and that was natural, I would say. But over the course of the game, I thought that we were the better team and that we were controlling most parts of the match. We also looked very solid defensively. Not that we were standing low, but we just looked solid and didn't give much away. They had a couple of transition moments, especially in the first half, where they could have opened up. But I like the balance we had in the team today.
You mentioned the later parts of the match where it looked like a little bit of exhaustion was settling in. How much are you looking forward to having a full week off here coming up?
Yeah, I think it's we're not gonna have a full week off, but we're gonna have a couple of days off, and then we'll start working again. Because, as I also told the players, that maybe we have a perfect record, but we're not a perfect team at all. But everybody is working their butts off and doing everything they can, and we are getting more confident. We're getting better for each day, and that's something that I'm very happy to see. But I'm glad that we have some time now, and then we have some time also to get onto the training pitch and get things done there.
One more for me, if I may. We've spent some time over the month or so talking about the mentality of this team and buying into the system. Do we need to start talking about the mentality of what it means to stay grounded with this exemplary record that you have?
No, I don't think we need to talk much about it. To be honest, I think the team has shown that they want to work hard for each other. They've shown the passion for the team. Every player shows the passion for the team and for the way we want to play and how we want to approach things. I think we don't have to talk much about the mentality against Monterrey. We were behind 2 times in the break, and nobody panicked. We all just kept going and knew that we had a plan for the comeback, and all had strong belief in each other. So I don't think that the mentality is an issue. We're also going to at one point not win the games, and then we will not start talking about the mentality either, because everybody can see that everybody works the best in order to having the team succeed.
Thank you, Coach. Safe travels back.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nathan. Michael, next, please.
Hi Jesper, congratulations on another victory, another clean sheet as well, back to back now. Didn't even allow them a shot on target tonight. Can you speak a little bit about your defence? A lot of the credit obviously goes to the midfield and the attack all the time, but this defence, whoever you bring in, seems to know their role, knows how to play, and they're getting the job done out there.
I think it's. I've said it earlier on, and I'll say it again. First and foremost, I would like us to be a solid team, a strong defensive team, because that will allow us to attack. It's not that we are standing way back on the pitch. We are also, when we are standing higher up the pitch, we would like to be solid behind the ball. And I think that everybody is doing whatever they can to work hard also defensively. It's not just the back line. It's also the midfield and the attack, and also when we attack, it's the whole team. So I think yes, you're right. They have not gotten enough praise, but that's because we have looked other places for some spectacular things. Everybody knows what to do, but we also were quite hard on the defensive part of the game down in Monterrey, where we were not satisfied. So we also cleaned up a few things. But yeah, throughout the games, especially in the MLS, we have not conceded much. Only the game against Montreal, they had 2 big chances, especially in the end of the game. But apart from that, we have kept the teams away from having that many clear chances.
And the defenders are also doing it at the other end of the pitch. Another defender scoring today as well, which must be very pleasing for you to see.
Yeah, it's pleasing to see that we also are strong and can do something on set pieces because I think we are one of the top teams in the statistics for how many corners we get in the league, and it's also important that we and our opponents know that we can pose a threat from situations like that. So it was great that we profited from it today. I think, yeah, okay.
So I was going to say thanks, Jesper, and safe travels home.
Thank you.
Thanks, Michael. 7th goal from a defender this year. Felipe, you're up next.
Yes, we're kind of building on that last question about the defense. You know, it's not just the defense that's helping with the defensive efforts, also the midfield and even the attack, especially in the press. As something that you brought in, it's been a sight to behold in how well the team has been able to disrupt the opposition's flow, and we saw it again today. What can you sort of talk about in terms of the midfield and the attacking, putting in that effort to make sure that you guys are not only defending well, but defending from the front?
I think it's important in modern football. I think it's important now that we try and stress and press the opponents. They had one situation in the first half where they played through a pressure, where they played around the corner. But apart from that one, I think they had difficulties breaking through our middle. It was most chip balls, and I was quite happy to see how we actually were working also well together from the front. And it's something that we would like to do. If you press up high, you have the opportunity to win balls in high value areas. We saw that down in Monterrey at the second goal. We stole it up high, Andres, and then all of a sudden we had a big chance for Brian, and he scored. And you know, if we can get one or two chances like that or one chance like that in every game, then it's definitely worth it. Also work, taking upon you the risk that they'll play through it, because they did one time today. It could have been a difficult situation for us, but then we just have to sprint back and get behind the ball again.
And then with your team doing so well, it's hard to be nitpicky about things, but
no, it's not.
But there's one thing that I've sort of noticed is that the last 10 to 15 minutes, the team, as well as it does in possession for 70 or so minutes of the game, they start to kind of retreat a bit and get a little bit sloppier. Would you put that down to just the travel and the slog of the games, or is that still an aspect that you think the team needs to grow into in the next few games?
Yeah, if we look at the Galaxy game, when we came up late 2-1, we really managed to play that game very well from the front in the last 10 minutes. Down in Monterrey, we struggled, and it's also natural when you have no more to lose, then you risk more. We also saw today that they ended up playing 5 on the top line, where they also went pretty steep, and then it forced us also back with more men. We tried to push them up, but it can sometimes be difficult. There you have to really keep your cool when you win the ball to play out, get over the middle, get out to the other side, and then sit them down. But that was difficult for us today, and I also think that it was due to tiredness from a lot of the players. We saw Petro in the end be very, very tired. We also saw, some of the players get tired in the end, and that's only natural. They've been through a very tough schedule here, and I think it's something we'll have to be better at, definitely, but it's also a natural thing. You see it all over football when a team is up 1-0 or 2-1 or whatever with 10 minutes left in the game, then you see teams, not just going back, but also being forced a little bit back, because the opponents, they take upon them much more risk.
And then if I can do one more
Yeah.
One thing that I noticed as well is from set pieces, you tend to like to keep your opponent on your toes with indirect, sort of short set pieces. We saw today on the goal. What is it about, maybe changing the angle of the cross or the angle of the attack that allows more opportunities to rise, like the one that we saw today from Tristan Blackman?
Yeah, it's a thing. Set pieces are a very important thing in football, because when things are very close, then it could be something that could open up the game for you, and you can create a goal from, and also the opponents can do so. So it's obviously something that we have a lot of focus on in the coaching staff, and I will not take credit for that one. But we look at different scenarios. Also, often when you play against, if you play short, then sometimes they play with a player out that are not that good a defender. So that's also sometimes a thing you can exploit. But also mixing things up will make it even more difficult for the opponents to know what you're doing.
Perfect. Thank you so much, and see you next week.
Yeah, see you next week.
Thank you, Felipe. Har next, please.
Thank you. Hi, Jesper. This
Hi.
is Har. How's it going? Nice to see you. Congrats on a big win. This is the 7th time in MLS history that a team has started 4-0. What does that mean to you as a coach of this team to come in and help lead the team to such a historic start?
It's something I'm very happy for, especially for the players, for everybody around the club, and also for all the fans. I think it's great to be part of such an exclusive group of teams, and I think that it's when we played 3 months more, it's not something that you think about, but it's right to have these moments. It's nice to have these moments also, and also be a little bit proud as a group that we're doing something that's not usual. And I'm very happy for the players because they put so much effort into it, and really it all starts with them. It's how much sacrifice they're willing to put up for each other and put up for the team, and to try and get things going the right way, and then of course you also need a little bit of luck on the way. But I'm happy, of course, mostly, to be honest, mostly for all the fans and for the players, because they are putting in such hard work.
4 is fantastic, but 5 is even bigger. You have Chicago next Saturday. You're going to be missing Brian and Ali that got called up for the national team.
And
Who
Pedro.
else is going to be away?
Pedro and Andres.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll miss some players next week. If Goldie was ready, he would also have been away, and if Sam was ready, he would also have been away. And it's of course a thing that annoys a coach like me, that we have to leave 6 players out due to national duties, and we have to play anyways, because I think the MLS, we have a World Cup coming up. I think the MLS can profit from having national team players also playing in the World Cup next year. And I think there's no incentives to find national players if we play also when they have national duties. So I think it's of course a little bit frustrating. I say it now, but then I will leave it here because it won't do us any good. We'll play, and we'll play with the players we have, of course.
Thank you, Har. And Jesper, that's all we have for you tonight. Safe travels back to Vancouver, and we'll see you on Tuesday.
So since we're in Dallas, let me say, how about them Whitecaps, huh?